Okay.
Yeah, another version of fine. I'm gonna do a double stranded on it. I'm gonna work on that meter and an 11 meter.
QSK.
So a buddy of mine, but I actually
See if this guy. I think this guy's in California. I'm pretty sure. Just want to ask him how everything's going with the fires down there.
We got 2 feet of snow. Roger that. We got QSK out there. Go ahead, QSK.
Yeah, you're blasting in here. I think I've talked to you before. This is 9 Alpha Tango 791 up here on the Gulf Islands, North Pacific. I got you 20 over 9 here.
Other radio, did you hear that? You got your 20 over 9.
I got you 20 over 9. You're 20 over 9. What's your QTH?
I'm 5 miles east of LAX Airport down here, just about 1,500 miles south of you.
Yeah, I talked to you before there. How's everything going with the fires? You're okay, obviously.
Well, I'm about 50 miles south of the fires, but we're getting ash and dirt and everything else pushed our way because it's raining that stuff out of the sky. But yeah, we're okay as far as the fires go, because that's way up there in the Malibu Pacific Palisades on the coast and in the Santa Monica Mountains, which is about 50 to 60 miles south of me. So right now it's calm, no winds, and beautiful day. It's 80 on the porch out here, and everything is okay. We've been keeping a good eye on it. Not that it'll go this way, you know. It's up there in the premium brush area. That's why it's doing what it's doing.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I've seen a lot of it on Twitter and on the news and stuff. So, yeah, my wife was asking me if I talked to anybody in California, asked them about the fires. You're my first contact since those fires started, man. But I've talked to you before. This is Joe up here on the southern Gulf Islands off the far southwest coast, British Columbia, due north of you. But, yeah, you're sounding good, brother, and I'm glad you're okay. I know the area very well. I've been there many times, down Malibu, all those areas. But, yeah, it's kind of sad what's happened.
Yeah, it is. I moved up to the northwest around the middle of 1992, in the fall of 92. And me and my wife sat up there in front of the airport and watched the same thing happen with Malibu and Topanga Canyon. Had a fire back up in the hills up high, and it actually burned across Pacific Coast Highway all the way into the ocean. And I think that's what this one's going to do.
Yeah, it's scary, man. I know it's so tinder dry down there. And I mean, they often get fires down there just like we do. Summer months up here, we get our fires, and it gets like a tinder box up here. Right now, this is the wet season. It's sitting here at about 48 degrees, partly sunny here on our islands, but no chance of fires here, man. It's just too damn wet. But yeah, hopefully they get some rain down there to help things out.
Yeah, they're talking about next Wednesday is a critical day. See, we have a low pressure, high pressure area that's over us. It's real close to each other, so that's what's really hurting them. That's causing the Santa Ana winds to change direction on the drop of a dime, you know, as they're trying to fight this thing. But at least the winds went from about 80 miles an hour gusting to 60, or 60 gusting to 80, down to a little bit better of a break on the winds last night. So my little windsock showing probably about maybe 2 to 3 miles an hour down here. But we have a mountain range in between the valley, San Fernando Valley, and us. So that usually blocks it unless it's coming out of the Cajon Pass, and it's strong enough to get to us that way.
Yeah, that wind makes it so much more killer, eh? Just fanning those flames, man. That's the worst thing when you got the wind. So yeah, anyway, pray for some rain down there, and I'll let you get back to the queue. So what was your number again? I've talked to you before. I forget your number.
World Radio, 4226, Southern Cal.
4226, Southern Cal. Yeah, you got Joe here. 9 Alpha Tango, 791. Due north of you, man. Anyway, you have a good day, brother. Stay safe down there, and we'll talk to you again. Thanks for the update.
You're welcome, sir. You stay safe up there and stay warm up there. World Radio, 4226. We're clear, 9 Alpha Tango. Give me your number again, 9 Alpha Tango what?
9 Alpha Tango, 791, out here on Salt Spring Island. Like Table Salt and Bouncy Spring. Salt Spring Island in the southern Gulf Islands.
Roger, we got it all. Okay, we got you down again just to make sure if I hadn't before. But nice talking to you, sir. You stay safe up there. We'll do the best we can. It's kind of like a perfect storm going on down here as far as these fires. So hopefully by next week they'll have
Yeah, I know. I think it's burnt up about 10,000 structures, QSL.
Yeah, Roger. And on top of that, probably more than half of them were $6 to $7 million homes.
Unreal. So there's a lot of movie stars, I assume, that probably lost their places.
Yeah, that's usually their area, Malibu, Pacific Palisades, and they've been doing a lot of building in the past, I'd say the past 30 years since I moved up to Washington. And when I came back down here, some of those areas that were pretty sparse as far as houses are now got complete tract homes in there, because they've been doing a lot of building, and that didn't help at all. Plus, they were without air support for almost 3 days before they could even launch aircraft to help them out. That's what really hurt them, is that they didn't have the air support because of winds.
Yeah, and the skies were kind of really black too with the smoke, eh? Like, I mean, you could barely even see the sun.
Roger, I looked north of the house and it looked like a big rainstorm was coming in. It was literally raining ash and carbon and fine green dirt. And so, with a fire like that, it makes its own weather. It'll increase the winds in areas that you wouldn't think it would be that bad. But those being canyons up in there, you're all joined together at certain points and they split off. They're perfect funnels with all the growth that's up in there. It's perfect funnels for once a fire gets started, they just go and go and go.
You're 100% right on that, brother. And I remember I was down on the Oregon coast, Brookings, Oregon, this last town on Highway 1, 2004, and there was a massive forest fire burning, 500,000 acres from I-5 over to near the coast there. I couldn't really see the sun. The sky was browned out. It was terrible. There was ash falling out of the sky like fine snowflakes. Our cars every day were covered in ash.
I know up there, the main thing, from my experience in Washington, the main thing is that once it gets into a tree line, all those trees up there are actually little bombs because of how much sap they carry. So in Washington, it used to go by every summer and thin out the forest floor. So if they did have a fire, which is usually up there caused by lightning strikes, it wouldn't get up into the crown of the trees and just start spreading.
Exactly, and that's the same, like the Evergreen State, same here in southern British Columbia, same vegetation, Douglas fir, cedar trees, hemlocks, grand fir, all that stuff. You got to clean up all that fuel on the forest floor. That stuff gets going, and they don't want that stuff up into the trees. Like you say, you get that up in the top of the trees burning, you're screwed.
Roger that. Well, I lived in a little town called Battleground, and before I got there, they had this big, huge area. I think it was something like 20 by 60 miles called the Yakko Burn. That happened, and when I was up there, they had a really bad fire off the western side of Mount Adams that went on for weeks because of the terrain. They just couldn't get in here. It's a really bad terrain in front of the western side of Adams. So that was actually blowing from Adams all the way across, which is about, let's see, I'd say about 50, 60 miles. It was raining down in the town I was living in. I was like, where's this stuff coming from? And then we went up to St. Helens one day, and I looked over there, and the whole front of Adams on the western side was just one big old huge smoke ball.
Unreal, man. That is freaky, man. When there's big fires burning in Washington and up in the interior of our province, there's been some summers where we've had 4 or 5 days of just smoke here. You can just smell it. We didn't get any ash or anything, but you start to feel it in your throat. Your eyes start to burn. There's been some days like that, several years ago. It's probably, I think last time was maybe 2018, 2019, and it was terrible, man. I feel for people that have asthma.
Roger that, I'm one of those people. So I've been sitting out here, I have a mask, but I've been sitting out here with my mask on, just because I'm sitting outside, but it's kind of backed off. Yesterday, when the sun went down, the sky was completely going, it looked like you're living on Mars or something.
Absolutely, man. My wife, Wendy, she's got asthma too, and it really bothers. She's on one of those inhaler things. She got the puffer with her there. So yeah, oh man, it would not be good for her.
Roger. So we're gonna run in and get a cup of coffee. It was nice talking to you. 9 Alpha Tango 791. We'll catch up again, and we'll talk to you later. This is World Radio 4226 Southern Cal. We're back on the side.
Okay, buddy, take care. My name is Joe, by the way, Julie Dos Greco. A pleasure to talk with you. And like I say, thanks for the update, and hopefully it'll be all done with soon there. Cheers, 73s, and happy DXing. Have a great day.